Hey there, how's it going? So, right here I'm looking at this article on investing.com, and it was released today, like 2 hours ago. Yeah. So, this is interesting, and I haven't actually read it. I was waiting just to so that we can read it together because I've already made a video on Chinese new cryptocurrency, and I think it's gonna be affecting so many other trades. In fact, let's take a look at what the market is generally looking like. So, so far, all right, so this is the Chinese yuan. So the Chinese yuan, there's a CNY, CNH. So the CNY refers to the yuan within China, and the CNH refers to overseas money. So I'm just waiting for it to show us what's happening in the. So this is today. So all right, all right, all right, all right. So this is what it's looking like right here, and right now. And okay, keeps on telling me what the buttons do. So basically, the yuan is already gaining some strength. This is the weekly chart. So it's at 705 right now, and it's looking pretty strong. So let's go back to our news article here. So I'm reading this for the first time, so bear with me. Right now, most of the world is busy rebuilding and recovering from the coronavirus pandemic. All the while, and perhaps somewhat under the radar, China has been making swift progress with the adoption of its digital currency electronic payments, DCEP, a national crypto being developed using blockchain technology. So they're using this technology different from every other country in the world. And they're doing this while every other country is still on shutdown. There's a previous video where I was showing the TomTom website, which was showing that China, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Beijing, all of the Chinese cities are already experiencing huge amounts of traffic in their businesses. People are going to shop, people are eating, people are visiting other places. Everything is now back to normal. While the traffic levels in places like London, US, and Johannesburg are still low. Did I check Johannesburg in that video? Well, in those other areas, traffic is still low. So China is way ahead of everyone already in terms of picking up their economy. But in addition to that, they're ahead of everyone because they're already using a national crypto, or they're already rolling it out. And this is under the radar. So I don't expect a lot of people to actually see this video. Maybe they'll see it when it's too late, and some people will never see how this is all building up. But if you're seeing this, then you should know that you are one of the few people who's actually in the know of this. This is very, very quiet. This is not going to be on the main news, especially CNN or whatever, because they are not going to be pushing anything that is perceived to be positive for China right now. So this national cryptocurrency is being developed using blockchain technology. So this is a very large technological leap that changes how people are going to be viewing currencies in all of the other countries. And this is in the first video about the document that was leaked from the ABC Bank in China, which shows that they already have a digital currency. So this is actually something that we have to understand in terms of it being part of a natural progression, because we're already using digital currency. A lot of people don't use cash anymore. Everything is credit based, and everything is just already a digital currency. But now the difference is going to be the blockchain technology. So how they apply the blockchain technology is going to be the interesting bit, and this is the crux of this new cryptocurrency. And China is going to be rolling it out to more people. And funny, I'm saying rolling it out, but then it's going to be using this currency to more people than any other country in the world. So even if America does have its own cryptocurrency, digital currency, it's only going to use it for 250 million population within America in absolute terms. But then when we look at how the American dollar is used by more like everyone, like billions of people use the US dollar. So if America does do it, it has a large impact still. But China is also growing in that impact. So when we look at things like the Belt and Road Initiative, will it be using this blockchain technology? When we look at the ASEAN economies, will they be using that? And if we look at all of the trading partners, are they going to be affected by this? So when we look at this issue, there are so many implications that it gives us as global macro traders. So this is something that is interesting and one of the most important trades of 2020. So a national crypto, yes. Okay. Okay, excuse me. The digital currency is to be issued by the PBOC, which is the People's Bank of China, the country's central bank. Uh, According to Box Mining, the point of the effort is to increase the circulation of the RMB and its international reach. Okay, so that question's answered. With the eventual hopes that the RMB will become a global currency like the US dollar. And because of that statement, please watch the previous video, the one that is chronologically before this. I was speaking about this through another article, and this topic is very important, which is the supremacy of the US dollar. So, though Chinese courts recently ruled that some high profile cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum are legal and protected by law, authorities have this week been cracking down on what they deem to be illicit activities using digital currencies, with a particular focus on Tether. All right, so maybe there's more to look into that. Basically, I'm not into the crypto verse as much as I am into just regular forex, to my own detriment, because most of the moves happening are happening in the crypto space. So this is also for me to give me enough time to really digest, to see, to really invest. First of all, you must investigate. So I'm not in any particular kind of hurry, because I think any large move is going to make itself abundantly clear. But from what I can see right now, because I used to watch Bitcoin when it was at 300, and sadly I wasn't able to buy into it. I wanted to, but I didn't have the capital to. So I watched it from 300, and I knew at 300 I was supposed to get in, and I didn't. But then right now it's at 10,000. So I know that right now, even if I do want to trade it, it'll be for day trading purposes. The trend has already ceased, and I think for the next couple of months, weeks, or something, it might be ranging around the 1,000 area. That's what I think. So, if any move is to be made, it will be on a new crypto or a new currency or any new developments. This is what I'm picturing. So I might be wrong on that, but I might be wrong on the fact that Bitcoin will be ranging for a while other things move, because it has already moved. So the market is in correlation. So nothing has moved as quickly as Bitcoin has in the amount of time that it has, in the same way that other currencies are going to be moving. So in this sense, Bitcoin has already moved thousands of percentage points. And at the same time, right now, we're waiting for things like gold to move. It hasn't moved thousands of percentage points. So I think while this move is happening, Bitcoin will be ranging. And when gold is at a certain level, then the US dollar is going to be re examined. And this will also have a chain reaction to other things that will be affected by this price reaction. So, yes, let's continue. Since June 4, about 4,000 bank accounts belonging to over the counter crypto OTC crypto traders in the country's Guangdong province. This is where Shenzhen is, one of the highly active economic zones in China, Guangdong. And this is right next to Hong Kong. Okay. So this is where Guangzhou is. So this is like a very, very important place. So since June 4,000 banks in this economic hub. I think the GDP of Guangdong is in the trillions. Like, of course, it's in the trillions. But it's like 3 or 2, no, not 3, 1.5 to 2 trillion. Thereabout. It's one of the most lucrative areas in the whole place. Guangdong province have been frozen on suspicion of such illegal activities as money laundering. This is very interesting, and there's more to be looked into on that aspect, and I'm not going to comment right now, which may provide additional insight into why this move by the People's Bank of China could be occurring right now. Okay. Changing stance in cryptos. Josh Tate, CEO of Foreign Pay, points out that years ago, the People's Bank of China, which is the central bank, came down hard on Bitcoin crypto mining. Could it be that with the launch of its own digital coin, it's possible the country is adjusting its stance on digital currencies? No, the only reason, the way I see it, they only removed the Bitcoin so that they could have their own Bitcoin, you know? All right, Tate is skeptical. He doesn't believe the DCEP, digital yuan, is a sign that Beijing has changed its tune on cryptocurrencies as a whole. He adds, after all, China banned Bitcoin in 2013, closed down its crypto exchanges in 2014, and in 2017 demanded the shutdown of ICOs. In recent years, China has invested heavily in digital infrastructure to keep tabs on its citizenry. Digital infrastructure. So China has the most robust digital infrastructure in the world and is going to be affecting everyone else. Just like how yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that. But anyhow, so they systematically closed Bitcoin, closed exchanges, and shut down any ICOs. So this is a measure so that people don't get too rich, so that they're uncontrollable. So they have to control the money so that they control the power, right? So politically, it makes sense. Therefore, the country's crypto launch could also be seen as yet another measure to expand China's ability to monitor its people. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Article writer just read our mind. Others see a different strategy developing. Amit Ghosh, head of Asia Pacific at R3, a blockchain technology company, says the development of central bank digital currencies has become an increasingly competitive space in recent years, with the possible launch of a digital renminbi serving as a primary focus for global media and political attention when it comes to state-backed digital currencies. That is such a loaded paragraph, and it's already made it clear that central banks, in plural, are looking into this. And this has always been the point. If you look at the Basel people, that's what all they're talking about. Not all, but yeah, they are really concerned about this. So this is inevitable. However, this idea takes away the whole fun in Bitcoin with the fact that it is not centrally regulated, but central banks are so invested in this and they have more money than anyone. So whatever they do, they can advertise it, they can expand it, they can scale it quicker, faster, bigger, and more profitably than anyone else. But Bitcoin still is there. So this is going to be a very interesting thing. Some people think it's going to go to 1 million. Some people think it's going to go to zero. But it's already at 10,000. Even if it's a bubble, we're going to see that through bubbles, this is where certain good ideas thrive. So the 2000 .com bubble had so many companies go bankrupt, right? But the few that did are still dominating. Amazon being an example. So the people who are actually in this, whatever we call bubble, are in a bubble because a bubble causes or is caused by inflation, right? The bubble, inflation. So when the US dollar is inflated, those people will have more money because they retain value when the bubble pops. I hope you got that. Anyway, so with the possible launch of a digital renminbi serving as a primary focus for global media and political attention when it comes to state-backed digital currencies, I really don't understand that, but I think it's interesting. He adds that on an international level, a digital renminbi could see China's influence in the global trading arena become more prominent, especially with emerging market, cash based economies. Interesting. Interesting that they project that this will be more prominent in emerging markets when these emerging markets don't have the infrastructure yet. So when you look at the BRI initiative, it is about building infrastructure which will be digitally integrated so that China will expand its power. So this is insane and genius and straightforward. There's also been discussion centered around DCEP's ability to challenge the US dollar's dominance within the global economy, something China has been targeting for years, most notably in 2018 when it began offering oil futures dominated in yuan. Again, watch the previous video for more on that. Disrupting existing payment methods. So, others believe China's digital currency will be a financial market game changer. No doubt, no doubt. We're looking at a financial market game changer. By disrupting existing payment models while increasing competition in the space. Okay. Disrupting and increasing competition. Kenneth Bock, head of growth and strategy at blockchain firm Zilliqa, notes that given the existing reliance in China on commercial electronic payment systems such as Alibaba, owned by Alipay, and Tencent developed WeChat Pay, the DCP is designed to provide an alternative vehicle for reducing duopoly of these two platforms. At least that's how Mu Changchun, the Director General of the PBOC's Institute of Digital Currency, explained it. According to Bock, so they want to remove the private entities and make sure that the center of power has a monopoly over the most important resource known to man. According to Bock, it's estimated that 96% of the country's population uses those currency platforms for digital payments. Given the planned scale of the DCP, it's likely to become the largest retail central bank digital currency project ever undertaken up until now, says Bock. As a model for countries looking to follow suit with their own CBDC initiative, this transformative effect of the DCP could be significant, amplifying the benefits of increased efficiency, cost reductions, and a new approach to policy making driven by additional monetary and fiscal insight. Leonard Neo, head of research at Stack Funds in Asia, believes the timing could not be better given the buildup of geopolitical risks the Chinese state has been involved in during recent months, including its position as ground zero for the coronavirus pandemic, although it is miraculously okay. Simmering Sino US trade tensions. Yeah, that's another aspect. Expansionism via the Asian National Belt and Road Initiative and increased disciplinary actions in Hong Kong. This is another hot topic, Hong Kong. Plus, of course, controlling dark money activities. Okay. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, have been in the spotlight for quite a while now, and the main benefits, aside from convenience, are to curb issues such as shadow banking and engender greater transparency for national currencies. So, this is not going to be anything new. It's going to be the national currency, but with more controls in the name of transparency. So, in this transparency, obviously, what they are referring to is referring to a lack of privacy because they'll know more so that they can see more. This is transparent. So, with this, people will be more. So, these um, digital currencies have got to be, yes, they have to be transparent, not only for the bankers, but for the people. And I don't know what that will entail. However, the full extent of the implications which the CBDCs could have for the traditional economy and for regular consumers remains unknown. Yes, there's a lot that is unknown. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. For all his doubts, former foreign pay states also sees a positive for the country's adoption of a national crypto. China's decision to launch a cryptocurrency of its own may encourage the Western world to look carefully at the many opportunities in and around the crypto, it would be fascinating to see if e-commerce giants become ambassadors for the digital yuan. Should something, so yeah, I have to look at those huge companies and see the demand or the public, yeah. Should something like this occur, it will open doors for other major cryptocurrencies to compete, enhancing crypto's fungibility. If Alibaba and its Taobao shopping website embrace crypto transactions, it's likely other global e-commerce players would join the competition. Exactly. This is what I wanted to say. Ad state. China isn't the only country whose central bank is working on this. Analogous to the digital renminbi, for example, Sweden Riksbank is developing and testing its e-krona. Interesting. There's yet one more reason why Beijing. Oh yes, and Sweden is among the emerging economies. So these are the emerging economies that were referred to before. All right. So yeah. Okay, and there's yet one more reason why Beijing may be eager for this development now. Otherwise, sanctioned jurisdiction would then be able to trade freely with China. Sanctioned jurisdictions. So basically, the enemies of those people will find new friends, and China will have, yeah, more influence over these sanctioned places, which are, yeah, we know the places that are sanctioned. Some suspect the launch of such a digital currency could also allow Iran and other rogue states to more easily evade US sanctions or move money without being caught. Recently, the Middle Eastern country shifted much of its international commerce to the new yuan-based system, which allows Tehran to avoid dollar transactions, particularly on oil sales, and thus dodge U.S. financial institutions, Foreign Affairs reported. Okay, so yeah, this is it. So let's just check out the comments. Smart modeling is, as always, by China, leveraging surveillance like no other. Is it real trade exchanging system? I wish writing to you. Okay, yeah. So this is what's up. So yeah, as global risks rise, let's check out the headline. Most people are only gonna see the headline. So let's see what the psychological sentiment will be. So it says, as global risks rise, China moves forward with national digital currency. So this is a very positive report, basically. And we've gone over the facts, we've looked over the issues, and there are a bunch of positive aspects, but there are also some negative implications. And some of those implications, personally, I think are extreme and they'll have to be checked. But the first understanding of this is the knowledge that comes with it. And another thing about the Iran and oil situation, that's something to closely watch. But what I'll be really looking at is how this is going to affect retail first. So we're going to look in the retail space in terms of the relation of this with the people in China. And we're going to be looking at the biggest retail centers. So that is going to be the next interesting field. So yes, thank you so much for watching this, and thank you also, author, for making this. So let's just see the profile of this author. Tenzil Akhtar trained as a foreign correspondent at the University of Helsinki, Finland, and news journalist at the University Central Lancaster, UK. Media, media law, public administration, and shorthand 100 words per minute. Okay. Most recently, her work has been published in the Wall Street Journal, Bitcoin Magazine, Financial Times, This is Africa, FT, Appville, CNBC, Camden Family Office, Citywire, Modern Investor, Spears, Wealth Management Magazine, Euromoney, Yahoo Finance, Global Investor, ETF.com, CIO UK, Forbes, Funds Global Asia, Portfolio Institutional, Waters Technology, Brick Magazine. She has held full-time positions at Interactive Investor, Mining Journal, Marketing Week, Futures and Options Intelligence. Okay, so yeah, if you're interested in all of that stuff, check her out. And if you like more reading material, this is a good place to find more stuff. So yeah, so thank you a lot, and see you soon in the next video.